Hello there, welcome to the second part of learning to make a Milkmaid Bustier peplum dress. In my previous video, I shared the pattern drafting and cutting tutorial, and in this video, I'll show you how I went about the sewing process. The picture on the right is the inspiration, while the video on the left is my own recreation. Please do well to watch this video to the end, like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Now here I have all my pieces already cut out. I have my top front pieces, I have my band, and I have all the skirt pieces. So here is my top front. I cut out two separate pieces for the top, and I also went ahead to cut out lining pieces exactly the same. And then I also have my band pieces here, two pieces for the band in front, and I also cut out two separate pieces for the lining with the exact same measurement. The next here I have my front skirt pieces. I cut out two separate pieces for the front because there's the left side and the right side, so that's why there are two separate pieces for the front. Now I also cut out a small strip of fabric just to turn in the button allowance, and another small strip of fabric to turn in the lower side there. Now here I have my top back pieces, two pieces for the back, the left and the right side. I also cut out a small strip of fabric to turn in the neckline, and then I'm going to sew the dart on the back piece, the top back piece. So here I have my back skirt piece. I cut out a small strip of fabric to turn in the lower part. You can go ahead and use a bias to just turn in the design, the curve there, but I don't want my thread showing on the outside. That's why I decided to use like a small interfacing to just turn it inwards. So you can use a full lining to do that, but I was working with very limited fabric here. Now on here I have my skirt that is going to be underneath. I have three different layers for this skirt, if I would say layers or steps. The first one is about 6 inches in length, the next one is about 10 inches, and the other one is 15 inches. So these are the pieces for my skirt that is going to be underneath the lighter pink fabric. Now to begin sewing, I'm going to bring the top front pieces and I'll place the lining on the main fabric right sides together. So I'll just place it properly and I'll make a straight stitch from the armhole straight to the midpoint. Now when I get to that midpoint, I'm going to come down by 0.75 inches, and then I'll give a space of half an inch and I'll sew straight down. So let me take this again. I'm going to make a straight stitch from the armhole to the midpoint. I'll sew down with 0.75 inches. I'll give a space of half an inch, and then I'll continue sewing straight down. Now that I'm done sewing, I think it looks a bit clearer. So I'll go ahead and notch the edges and I'll turn it over to the right side. I would also give it a really good press and I'll take it to my machine so that I can make straight stitches at the top. So from where I have that gap starting from, the first stitch that begins the gap, I'm going to make a straight stitch from that midpoint all the way to the armhole. So just straight this way to the armhole. Note that I'm sewing on both the main fabric and the lining together. So now I'm done with the first stitch. I'll go ahead and sew on the second side where I have the gap ending. I'm just going to make a straight stitch from the midpoint all the way into the armhole, just like this. So now here I have just made a channel for my rope to pass through. So I'm going to be passing a thin rope through that space. That's why it is just 0.5 inches. I'm just going to use a safety pin to pass this rope through that space, and it is going to ruffle up the top part of this front. So that is it for one side. I'll go ahead and do the exact same thing for the left side of the front. Let's say the other one was the right side, and this is it after I was done. As you can see, I still have that space, I still have that opening right there. Now I'll proceed to sew a gather stitch on the lower part, that's the under bust line, and then I'll pick one of the threads and I'll start ruffling it up. I'm just going to drag the thread and keep pushing until I get the measurements that I want. Now after doing all that, this is what I have here. I've been able to ruffle up the two pieces for the top front, and I'll go ahead and bring in the band pieces. So I'll first of all sew the dart on the lining pieces and on the fabric separately. So this is the only piece for the front that I did not close the dart on paper. Now I'm done sewing the dart, I'm going to start with the main band fabric. I'll bring back the top front pieces, and now this part my hand is on is the right side, and this other side side is the left side. So you know that there are going to be buttons on here, and I initially kept button allowance when I was drafting the pattern. So one part is going to be overlapping the other, and in this case I want the right side to be overlapping the left side. So I have button allowance on the band, the skirt part, and even the top part, but those ruffles have sort of taken off some of the button allowance. So on the left side, I'm going to go in by 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches is the actual button allowance I kept, so I'm going to go in by 1.5 inches. I'll use half inch to sew in the lining, and then 1 inch is going to be what is left for the button allowance. So I will pin the top part on that 1.5 inches on the band. I'm just trying to show an illustration of how I'm going to sew it before I eventually sew it properly. Now on the right side, I'm just going to give a space of half an inch. So this half an inch is just to turn in the lining of the band. So the right side is going to have half an inch, while the left side I'm going to give a space of 1.5 inches. Now when I place it on top here, I place the right side on the left, you know that that half an inch is going to be folded in when I sew the lining. This is how it's going to look on here, and of course the top is going to be ruffled. So now to sew it properly, I'm going to place them right sides facing the top on the band, and I'm just going to confirm my button allowance of 1.5 inches, and I'm just going to pin that point there. Now I'll sew from that 1.5 inches all the way to the side of the band, so I have to make sure that the ruffles match the band circumference, right? So on this right side, I'm going to keep a space of half an inch, and I'll start from that point and make a straight stitch from the midpoint there all the way to the side of the band. Now after joining the top pieces with the band, this is what it looks like. I'll go ahead and turn the band piece in with the lining. So I'll place the top with the band right side facing again, and then I'm going to bring the lining pieces of the band and place it right side with the wrong side of the top piece. So the right side of the band lining is going to be facing the wrong side of the top piece. I'll just place it this way, and I'll sew it with half an inch. The half an inch I kept on the main band piece. That's the reason for it. I'm going to just sew it this way, and I'll sew across that ruffle area. On this other side as well, I'll do the same thing. I'll place the right side of the lining of the band on the wrong side of the top piece, and then I'm going to sew the band lining with the actual band fabric at the midpoint and where I have the ruffles. So I just use 0.5 inches to sew it at the midpoint for the two separate pieces, as the right and the left pieces. I'm just going to notch the edges and turn it over to the right side. Now that I've turned it, I'm going to go ahead and give it a really good press while I work on the skirt pieces. Now I'm bringing my front skirt pieces here. As you can see, I cut out really small strips of fabric just to turn in the button allowance and to also turn the design on the lower part. So I'll first of all sew the design here, the interfacing I cut out for this lower part. I'll sew it first before I sew the straight one for the button allowance. And now I'm done sewing it, I'll make notches all around the curved part so that I can turn it over to the right side. So I'll do this for this part of the skirt. Let's say this is the right side. I'll also do the same thing for the left side of the skirt. So I'll also go ahead and give it a really good press. So this is it here, and I also used hemming gum to make sure that the interfacing is laying flat on the inside. So here are the top back pieces, two separate pieces for the back. I would place the little interfacing I cut out there just so that I can turn in the neckline neatly. So you can use a bias to do this, but I didn't want my thread showing on the outside. So I'm also going to sew the dart on this back piece because I didn't close the dart on paper. So bringing in the back skirt pieces, I also cut out this small strip of fabric to turn the curved area there. So you can see how I cut it out. I didn't cut it out straight. I cut it out with the same shape that the skirt has, that design has. So here I have sewn the dart on the top back pieces. I've turned in the neckline with the small interfacing I cut out. I've also turned in the design on the skirt part, and I ironed it nicely. I used hemming gum to just hold everything together. I did not sew any dart on the skirt pieces because I closed the dart on the paper. So bringing back the top front pieces, I'm going to join the front and the back pieces of the top together. So I'll place the armhole this way. I'm just going to pin from the armhole all the way to where I have the band ending, and I'm going to take the measurement there. So I will start from the zipper allowance. On the chest line, I'm going to take my bust circumference measurement divided by 4, and I will mark there 9.75 inches. On the waistline, I'll take my waist circumference divided by 4, and I'll mark it there 8 inches. So I'm just going to connect those points together with a straight line. On this other side as well, I'll do the same thing, and I'll sew it with a straight stitch from the armhole all the way to the end. So that is it. After I was done, I'm also going to join the skirt pieces, the front and the back skirt pieces together on the side. So I'll place the back on the front right sides together, and I'm going to sew it with about 1.25 inches because that's the allowance I had. I'll just measure it up and join them this way. So this is it after sewing it, and now by the edge there, I'm just trying to trim off some of the excess I have, and it's time to work on the skirt that is going to be under. So bringing all the pieces together here, this skirt that is going to be under has 3 layers. Now the first one, which is what you're seeing here, is about 6 inches in length. I'll pick one of the pieces and I'll slash the midpoint because I want that midpoint I'm slashing to be the center back. Now I'm going to place it right sides facing with the front, and I'm going to sew it with 0.75 inches on the side. So when I cut this out initially, I forgot to add zipper allowance. That's why I'm reducing the allowance on the side so that the rest can go for the zipper allowance. Now I'll go ahead and bring the second and the third layer of the skirt I'm supposed to attach to this first layer. So they're about 10 inches and 15 inches in length respectively. So I'll first of all place the 15 inches down, and then I'll place the 10 inches on top of it so that I can sew a gather stitch at the top. So the entire width of these gathers is 26 inches times 2 plus 10 extra inches. Now to sew the gather stitch, I'm going to bring the stitch regulator down to the lowest 0, and then I'm going to place my fabric. I'm placing the 10 inches on the 15 inches. I'm sewing them together, and then I'm going to sew a very loose stitch, and I'm dragging it while I am sewing so that the stitch can be as loose as possible. So I'll just sew it straight all the way to the end, and when I am done with that, I'm going to pick one of the threads. As you can see, I have sewn it at the top there. I'm going to pick one of the threads and I'll start ruffling everything up. I'll pick one of the threads and I'll drag the fabric inwards, just trying to make some ruffles and gathers. I'll do this for the entire width of this fabric, and then I'll also hem the ends. So I'll fold this in twice for the 10 inches and also for the 15 inches. Now for the gathers I'm trying to make, I'm going to make sure I gather it up to fit the hem of the first layer of fabric. So if I measure the entire hem of this first part, it is about 48 inches. So I'm going to make sure that I make these gathers to fit or to be up to 48 inches. Now this is it after I was done making the gathers. I have some spaces because my thread cut in some of those areas. I'm just going to pleat it when I am sewing. I'm bringing the first layer of this skirt. I'm going to place it right side with the gathered part. So I'll just pin from one end there and make a straight stitch to the other end. After joining the pieces together, this is how everything is looking. As this is, I just need to fix a band and I have a 2-tiered skirt ready. So moving on, I'm going to bring the skirt piece of the lighter pink fabric and I'm going to place it on the waistline. I'll start from where I have the zipper allowance and make sure everything is aligned all the way to the front. I'm also going to bring the left side and make sure everything is aligned on the waistline. And for this skirt part as well, it is going to be overlapping. That's the button allowance is going to be overlapping the left side. The right side would overlap the left side, and I'll make a straight stitch on the waistline all around. So this is it here. I just wanted to attach the skirt parts, that's the lighter pink and the darker pink, together before I join it to the top. So bringing in the top pieces, you know the front and the back of the top pieces are already joined together on the side. I'm going to arrange the top pieces properly by overlapping the right side of the button allowance with the left. So I'm placing the right side on the left side, just on the button allowance area there. And I'm going to place the top with the skirt part right sides together, and I'll pin from where I have my zipper allowance all around on the waistline to the other end, and I'll make a straight stitch across this way. So now I have just joined the top with the skirt part. I'll then flip this over to the back so that I can fix my zipper. Now I'm bringing in my zip. This is what I'm using. I'll just place it from the top and sew it to about 6 or 7 inches below the waistline, and I'll close the rest of the center back. And this is what I have after I was done attaching the zipper and closing the rest of the center back. Everything is coming together nicely. I'll place the dress aside so that I can work on the sleeve. So in the inspiration, they used a strap, but I decided to make a mini sleeve. Now I'm placing my fabric on a fold. I have about 13.5 inches in width, and that's going to be the entire width of my sleeve. So from the top of the fabric, I'll come down by 1 inch and I'll draw a straight line across there. This 1 inch is going to be the allowance for my elastic casing. And now I'm going to bring the dress. I'll place the front and the back armhole together, and I'm going to just place it on the 1 inch I came down by, on the open edge of the folded fabric I want to use to cut out my sleeve. I'll just trace out the armhole there and I'll cut from the top, tracing what I have drawn out there. Now it's time to get the length of the sleeve. The length I'm using is 8 inches. I'll add 1 inch for my elastic casing at the lower part, so I have 9 inches. So I'm going to have an elastic up and I'm going to have another elastic on the lower part. So I'll use what I've cut out here for one sleeve to cut out the other sleeve, tracing everything exactly the same. Now that I'm done, I'll go ahead and sew the top. I'll fold it in twice, making sure that I have a space of at least 0.5 inches so that I can pass my elastic freely. So I'll do that to the top and the lower part for the 2 sleeves. After sewing my elastic channels, I'm going to bring my elastic band, and now from my shoulder to my neck depth in front is about 6 inches. So from my shoulder to neck depth behind is about 6 inches as well. So all around 6 plus 6 is about 12 inches. So I'm going to cut out the elastic for the top part 12 inches. I'll add 1 inch of allowance, which is 13 inches. Now my bicep circumference measurement is 13 inches. So I'm going to add 1 inch for allowance, making 14 inches. So the elastic I'm going to pass through the lower part of the sleeve is 14 inches. So I'll use this my improvised loop turner to just pass the elastic from one opening to the other opening. Now after passing the elastic through the casing, this is what I have. I'm going to place the sleeve right sides together so that I can sew the sides of the sleeve, and I'm just going to sew it from the armhole all the way to the end, and I'll turn it over to the right side. I'll bring the dress so that I can attach the sleeve to the dress. But before I do that, I have to first of all insert these ropes that I made earlier into the channel at the top there. So you remember this channel that I made in the beginning of the video? I have to pass these ropes through that channel so that I can ruffle up the top of the front piece. To make the ropes, I just cut out a straight piece of fabric with about 2 inches in width and about 15 inches in length. So I just folded it in twice and I made a straight stitch on top of the fabric. So this is it. After passing the ropes, I'm going to place the sleeve on the front part, and I'm just going to make sure I have the armholes aligning, and I'll just make a straight stitch from the front all the way to the back of the armhole. So I'll do this for one side and I'll do the exact same thing for the other side. So this is it after I was done, and our dress is almost ready. So the next thing to do is to fix my buttons. So for the front, the buttons are not going to really serve any useful purpose of opening up the dress. They're just for, let's say, beautification. Is just like a design. I'm going to place my buttons with about 2 inches distance, and I'm just going to sew it. I'm sewing the buttons only on the light pink fabric. It is not going to be attached to the skirt part that is under. And after attaching the buttons, that is everything for this video. Our dress is ready, and this is how it looks on me. It came out looking really beautiful. I love the outcome. I love the color combination. Everything is just perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to this point. I hope you get to try out this style, and also drop your comments in the comment section if you have any questions. I'll be happy to respond to them. Please do well to give this video a thumbs up. Also share and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you for getting up to this point. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.